Hi, this is Sebastian from singlestroke.eu, and today I want to talk about, I think really, the most important thing about drumming. This is like the one thing about drumming in general, which is like huge to realize and to really keep it in mind and being aware while playing or practicing. There was this one time that Buddy Rich, the greatest drummers of all, was being asked in interview, why do you put your cymbals so flat? And he wasn't the guy who would be searching for kind words, basically, what I've heard. I never met him, I wish. Maybe not. His answer was, because of gravity, stupid. That's true. Actually, that's really the most important thing to realize is the gravity while playing drums. And for us drummers, we call it rebound, the bounce of a stick. For a long time of my career as a drummer, it took me a while to realize, in nature in general, there is no effort you have to do to drop things. Because if you drop something, it will just fall down on the ground and collapse or bounce back or whatever. Where you have to do an effort is by throwing stuff. So then you have to use really your body and your energy to throw it. But actually, if you drop things, they will hit the surface without any effort I have to do. And it's actually the same thing with drumming. It's about dropping, and it's not about throwing. This is my opinion, but it really works for me, and it really takes care that my drumming, the flow and the transparency of playing and the warmth of the sound got much better. And also my technique, which is actually first of the three aspects I want to talk to you about. How big is the impact on your technique while being aware of gravity, which is like being aware of rebound. There will be a moment that you will get with your technique to the certain stage and you would be struggling to developing further if you don't use the rebound. Somehow the speed and your technique and even also playing dynamically has to do with combination of your hand movement and the rebound. And if you can control your rebound, then it will help you to develop your speed. So that's that. And it takes time to get a control over the rebound. How to do it, I will show you in a second. What you have to realize, if I keep my hand like this, and if I want to drop it, like without having stick in my hand, my fingers will automatically open. This is actually very natural movement of your hands. I'm going to show it here in this camera. You see? Actually, if I'm totally relaxed, if I keep my fingers like this and I drop my hand, they will open. If I don't, if I keep it tight, I need to put an effort going down to keep them tight in the same position. So what I'm trying to say is that this is probably the movement you have to be able to do while playing drums. It's a very short story over a very long process, but we have only a couple of minutes. And the moment when I put my stick in my hand, I want to keep it. I don't want to let it go. That's why mostly we keep our hand tight going down. But actually it's all about opening your hand. Check it out. I'm going to play it on the snare. You see? My hand goes open while hitting the drum and allows the stick to rebound. That's huge. That's really huge, I'm telling you. So that's it. You have to be able to open your hand and use the rebound. If you do, all of a sudden you can go like this. So this is without rebound, like keeping your hand tight. This is rebound. You see? Cost me no effort to do that whatsoever. I will give you a small, very basic exercise to start developing it. It goes like this. You put your hand, I will do it with the right hand because I can show it to you from the side, from the side camera. You put your stick above the surface of your head, of the snare drum or whatever practice pad. You can definitely practice it on a practice pad. Like parallel to the snare. You put your hand like open, like this. Fingers open. You put your stick on your fingers and you put your thumb above it. And all you have to do is not to drop the stick, but you use your thumb to lift the stick up. And then when you release the tension, it will hit the drum. You see? So all I'm doing is I am just pressing my thumb to lift the stick up. And really, great exercise. Before you start drumming tomorrow or today or practice or whatever, do that a couple of times. It will really get your certain focus in your head, and it will make you aware of the whole drumming aspect. So one more time. So I am letting a stick go by releasing it from under the thumb. And you know, a couple of weeks later, you're able to do this. So it looks like, and there is a certain truth that I am just, you know, putting a bit energy with my fourth and fifth finger, but actually it starts with pressing and learning how to press with your thumb against the stick. So great exercise to develop your technique and be aware of rebound with your hands. The same thing with the feet. The bass drum pedal, you know, is the same actually thing, to not to do this. Like playing the groove, you know. But let it go, and you know, there's a tension fear to help you out to get an even better rebound. So if you use that, you get this. So definitely worth it to realize that and try it with your kick. If you want to like go really to basic with your kick, take off your tension spring. Take it off and try to play your pedal without any tension spring attached. Then all you will be having is the rebound from your bass drum head. And then you will realize how much energy you get back from your bass drum pedal. So not doing this, unless you want this sound, of course. You know, it's not black and white, but to learn this, instead this, you do this. And that brings me to the second aspect of how important a rebound is in your playing, is sound. You hear that? Check it out. It's like almost the same dynamics, but it sounds totally different. You know, without using rebound, it gets like more spiky. Against using rebound, you get much more body from your kick. Definitely, it's definitely exactly the same thing with playing snare or toms. Listen to this. First, I will keep my hand very tight, and this is the sound I produce. And using rebound, the sound is like. And now without talking. And the snare. It's actually like the same dynamic, but it's totally different sound. Nice, warm, transparent sound you're gonna get from that. Okay, and the last aspect of the whole thing is how huge is the impact of the bounce and the rebound in your groove and how to develop it. It's about trying to follow the movement on your stick. So what we concentrate actually is not in the hit on its own, but on the space between the hits. So while playing the groove, I will concentrate on the space between the hits. So what happens is I let the stick takes all the space in between to move to another beat according to the tempo of the beat. So what I'm not doing is this. And it's all about. And it's like jumping on trampoline, you know. So when you jump on a trampoline, you also concentrate actually on the moment that you go up and the moment you go down, and you know, and the moment of jumping, it just happens by itself. You don't have to put any effort in it. So the same here, while playing groove, and then playing the groove in total, like using kick and snare, will take care. Will actually go along the motion of my hi-hat. So it goes like this. So it's very simple, very basic, but what I think is not tick, tick in my head like boom, tack, boom. No, what I think is and boom, and boom, and boom. I concentrate on and because I know I have to go along with the rebound and with the time I'm using while playing the hi-hat. So I hope it makes sense. So what I'm not doing is this. What I'm doing is okay, I hope you get it. So it's all about the rebound, about space in between the notes, and then fitting your kick and snare to go along with it when it's needed. And not concentrating on the beat itself, but on the space and where's the moment that we go together along. And it depends whether we play 8 notes, whether we play 16 notes, but it's again whole another story, and we wouldn't sit here for 2 weeks explaining that. So it really takes time, but please try experience with this. So these are the 3 aspects. The bounce has a huge impact on your technique. The bounce has a huge impact on your sound, and it has a huge impact on your groove. I hope it was useful. For every practice you need a system. You need a system to develop stuff. You have to actually plan it before you start practicing. And if you struggle with developing this kind of system, I have it actually. It's called 3 Simple Steps to develop yourself as a drummer, playing effortlessly and with ease. If you struggle with your system, go ahead and download it from a singlestroke.eu site. I will put a link down below in the description of this video. You don't have to be beginner or you don't have to be advanced player to use it. It's just system that you can fit into your needs while developing anything, in this case the rebound. There is no age restrictions to it as well, as long as you want to develop and you lacking of having really good system to develop yourself. I use it all the time whenever I'm practicing and it really helps me to develop systematically. I use it with my students all the time, and thanks to that they really book good results. And it's free, so you have nothing to lose. Go ahead and download it and use it. It's really worth it. And as an extra, there is like a couple of following up emails going with the guide that will help you to put you on the right track using the guide. So it's not only like you read it through and that's it, we're done. No, in the next couple of days and couple of weeks, it will help you to put this 3 simple steps guide in practice. That's it for today. Thank you very much for your time and for watching. I will put now a very short presentation of how do I, after practicing all these things separately, how do I put it in a groove and how do I use it in my practice. It's all about the rebound. I will try to exaggerate how do I practice and how am I being aware of the rebound. So enjoy.